So, since it's August, we, the Norogami fandom on Twitter, have been celebrating the 10 days of Yato. I have, of course, been taking part in it too on Twitter, and I thought, might as well make a video about it, because why not? Of course, the tweets are still out there, and you can check them out, of course, at PuffyDark on Twitter. But yeah, you know, there's a word limit. I thought it would be a good excuse to make a video. So, yeah, of course, my Twitter is linked in the description if you want to check it out. Besides that, my other socials are there if you care, but you know, Discord link is also in the description. Maybe join, we waffle a bunch of, we chat. It's fun. It's not often Noragami related, but still, it's fun. Why not join? But yeah, let's get into day one. We start with, what divine title would you give Yato? Firstly, I would like to say, massive spoiler alert. There will be spoilers from the manga, its ending, and a bunch of other stuff, so you have been warned. Now, the divine title I choose for Yato is the Savior God. He's the one who stopped the calamity brought by the sorcerer, who is Father. Father wanted to create a new world, basically, by killing the heavens itself and the people residing in the current world, because he detested the world itself and the whole order within it. And despite everything that happened, despite knowing that Father is his only and maybe main lifeline, he could genuinely disappear without him. He had fought against him and stopped the world and the heaven itself from being washed away in the calamity that Father brought. So, you know, it works. It's a good title for Yato. You move on to day two. What is Yato's saddest moment? In my opinion, Yato's saddest moment, well, when I posted it, I said something that spans over the course of the whole series, and now that I'm writing the script, or when I wrote the script, I realized that it doesn't necessarily count as a moment. So we'll talk about two things. Spoiler again, just in case, because one of them is something a bit more obvious, while the other is a big manga spoiler. So the moment that spans over the course of the whole story is the thought of having to part ways with Hiyori. Ever since the incident with Sakura, which we'll talk about as my second point, since the incident with Sakura, Hiyori is the first person Yato meets who he connects with so well, and you know, constantly having that barrier between the two of them, being one being a mortal of the near shore, one being a god of the far shore. Yeah, there's this constant thing that they will have to go their own separate ways at some point, and that I'd say is something that keeps in Yato's mind at all times, because he knows he can't be with Hiyori kind of forever, I guess you could say. Secondly, since the question asked for a moment, well, surprise, surprise, it's the Sakura incident. Who would have guessed that? Definitely did not mention it. And definitely wasn't an obvious answer either, yeah, you know? But yeah, again, spoiler alert, manga spoilers, big ones. Sakura was Yato's first ever Shinki, besides Hiro, of course, and ever since Yato gave her a name, he liked seeing her happy. He did everything he wanted to make her happy, to see her smile, and that was also when Yaboku became Yato, a kind god who grew to help humans. That was, of course, until Hiro met Sakura, or Nora, if you want to call her that, met Sakura and said things he shouldn't have, leading Yato to reveal the god's greatest secret and losing Sakura. And not just losing her, but also having to kill her with his own hands. Someone who he held extremely dear to him, and someone he remembers to present day. It's a thought that's constantly in Yato's mind. So yeah, I definitely say it's one of his saddest moments. Day 3, what is Yato's happiest moment? For this, you know, I decided to go with an obvious answer. Yato's happiest moment was, of course, when Hiyori gave him a shrine. It's a beautiful moment, and one that, of course, means a lot to Yato. After being alive for thousands of years as a god, he finally has a shrine of his own. It's a dream of his, he says it. He always wanted one as a kid. And it means a lot, since, as explained by Kofuku, being given a shrine is an honor for a god. It means that the people care for you as a god, and it's a way to say their thanks and express that they want you or need you. It means that they care. Day 4 is what I admire about Yato the most. There's but one simple answer: selflessness. I know, considering the comedic aspects in the story, you might think Yato's quite selfish, or always, you know, running after the money, this, that, and the other. But the fact that in the end he went to fight Father, the sorcerer, whatever you want to call him, he went to fight him knowing full well that it could be the end of his life. He wanted to keep Yukine safe, so he didn't go with him, which you can maybe also argue he didn't care about Kazuma or something, but I'd argue he trusted Kazuma way more because of their old history together, whereas Yukine might not have been able to handle things as well as Kazuma did, at least. But yeah, you know, Kazuma and Yato get along very well. They have this bond, a strong bond, and Yato went into the battle with knowing the risk that he could very well vanish, and he was putting Kazuma on the line as well, so he did, you know, everything he could to, you know, help Kazuma in his own way during the battle. But yeah, he didn't care about that and decided to fight for the future, for Hiyori and for Yukine, and that in my eyes is selfless, and I like that, and I want to be like that. Day 5, favorite Yato illustration. I can't lie, I really like all the birthday illustrations. Of course, there's been a new one for today. At the time we were recording, it is the 10th. I was supposed to get it done early. It was supposed to be out by now, but I'm only just recording it. But you know, but yeah, there is but one illustration that I like a lot, and I'll put it up on the screen. When I first saw it, I just instantly liked it a lot. So yeah. Of course, there's also the illustration from the final chapter, but that's Yato, and again, not just Yato, so I decided to stick with this. Day 6, favorite Yato quote. Now, I won't lie, kind of a scumbaggy answer today, or for this one at least. I've got a bad memory, and I've only read the manga once, so I don't know many quotes, although Yato does have some really good quotes, like the one where he, you know, says to live no matter what trouble you go through, or you know, no matter how hard life gets, you have to live, or the one where he tells Yukine to live as a human. Yeah, I'm kind of scumbagging this one. I don't really know any quotes. Day 7, favorite theory about Yato. I'm gonna skip this one because I don't really know many Yato theories or Norogami theories for that matter, so skip from me, sorry boys. Sinead, what do you think of Yato's fate? Now, I hope I'm interpreting this question correctly, but if you think about Yato's fate, including his history, he had to suffer a lot, and I mean like a lot, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he got a happy or good ending still. Because he found a lot of people who cared for him along the way, whether that is the other gods like Bishamon, Ebisu, Gofuku, Takemigazuchi, etc, etc, you know, all those people. And not only that, but he also got acknowledged by Amaterasu. Like, again, massive spoilers. I don't remember the exact thing. There was something about the god Yato stops the calamity brought by the sorcerer, something about one of his Shinki. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to spoil too much just in case, but yeah, literally the savior, and that in my opinion is a good fate, if not a great fate, and something he definitely deserves after everything that he went through. 9, penultimate one. What fate would you give Yato? This is a hard question in a sense, although I would like to take away from Yato's hardships. Those hardships are what shaped Yato to be the kind soul? Is he a soul? That's not the right thing to say, is he? I mean, I guess it's not right because he's technically a god. Not technically, he's supposed to be a god, so he doesn't have a soul like a human would. Or maybe you could say he's literally a soul since he doesn't have like a body like a human. He's a kind person, let's just say that. If I was to change anything, give him a different fate by the end of the story, it would be the fact that he becomes a great, well-known god of happiness who helps people day in, day out, you know, I know some of that is what he does. He literally helps people for 5 yen. What a kind god. He could genuinely, some of the stuff he does, he could genuinely charge people loads, but he only takes 5 yen for everything. So, you know, maybe have a bigger shrine as well, but of course the small shrine is also good, since, you know, he already made it and it means a lot, genuinely just a lot, to Yato especially. So yeah, that's something that I would change maybe. So yeah, day 10, birthday message to Yato. I don't really have much to say for this, so let's just go for this. Happy birthday, Yato. Let's celebrate together, my fellow 10th of August birthday sharer. I don't even know if that's the right word, but yeah. No booze though. I don't like alcohol. So yeah, besides that, let's enjoy our day together. Let's celebrate our birthdays together, since we're born on the same, not exactly the same day, but you get the point. 10th of August. But yeah, thank you for existing. Thank you to Adachi Dogas Sensei. Why have I forgotten the name? Adachi Doka. I think that's the name. But yeah, thank you to them for creating such a beautiful story. I'm glad that origami is part of my life.